Hey, no usual intro today. This news kinda sucks bad. You may have already heard, or hey, you may be learning it from this video, but there's some issues on the 2xKO front. Which is both, on its face, disastrous, and on paper, not as disastrous as it would seem, but, well, let's get into it. So, before anything else, Riot put out a statement about 2xKO. Let's read it as it stands. An update on 2xKO, which was posted a few hours ago. Hey everyone, I wanted to take a moment to share an important update on 2xKO. This is a difficult update to share, but we want to be clear about what's changing and why. After a lot of discussion and reflection, we are reducing the size of the 2xKO team. I want you to know that the decision was not made lightly. As we expanded from PC to console, we saw consistent trends in how players were engaging with 2xKO. The game has resonated with a passionate core audience, but overall momentum hasn't reached the level needed to support a team of this size long term. With a smaller focus team, we're going to dig in and make key improvements to the game, including some of the things we've already heard you asking for. We'll share some of our plans soon. Our plans for the 2026 competitive series are unchanged. We remain committed to partnering with tournament organizers and local communities. Our focus will continue to be on supporting the events and organizers that already power the FGC. Ultimately, this decision reflects a shift in how we operate. This isn't a judgment on individual rioters or a signal that the journey is over. We're reshaping the team to give 2xKO a more sustainable path forward. Continuing on, I want to be clear about something that matters deeply to me. The people who helped ship 2xKO poured years of creativity, care, and belief into this game. Taking creative risks like this is hard, and the work they did is real and meaningful. We're committed to supporting impacted rioters through this transition, including helping them explore opportunities within Riot where possible, and providing a minimum of 6 months notice pay and severance where it is not. Going forward, I know this update will raise questions and concerns. That's understandable. We'll continue communicating about how things are progressing. In the journey so far, we've been humbled and dazzled by the energy and passion you've brought to the 2xKO community. That energy matters, and it will help us fuel this next chapter as we improve the game. Thank you for playing 2xKO, for caring enough to ask hard questions, and for being a part of this community, Tom Cannon. So yeah, that sucks. If you have been following along this channel to any degree for any amount of time, you all know I am an unapologetic fighting game shill. Not just one game in particular, I'm here for all fighting games from the biggest highs to the smallest indies. I just want to see this whole genre do as well as possible. And here we have, 2xKO, which is one of the largest releases in a very long time. And now they are downsizing and downscaling the team shortly after its launch, which no matter how you swing it, is not a good look. So what does this mean and what does this not mean? And also, just a note here, I'll have some additional info as Riot reached out to me separately from this announcement. So is 2xKO dead? No. 2xKO will keep on marching forward, basically as planned. There's nothing really going on that's going to change gameplay-wise or game-wise or goals-wise. In the most cold-hearted mercenary terms, basically, the team is too big, they're spending too much money on the team size for the amount of numbers they're seeing in the player base. So to keep the game going forward as planned and, keep progressing forward, you downsize the team as a way to keep costs down so the project can keep moving forward. Again, that's not a fun way to put it. That's a soulless mercenary way to put it, but that's the effective reality of the situation. That does not speak to the personal end of things at all, which really sucks. Say, the recent interview I had at Riot, and I posted that video, right? The person I'm talking to is Alex Jaffe. Alex is a class act and been a wonderful human being every time I've met him. Alex got let go today. And to be clear, his departing message is a positive one. He wishes the best only for 2xKO and the FGC going forward. But there's a real human cost to this, right? It's not just about numbers and the profit margin for a game if the player base is XYZ. So for people like Alex, people like Caroline, I hope it's nothing but sunshine and rainbows moving forward and they can bounce back from this better than ever. And to be clear, as the statement made, it's not like these people are being thrown out to the wolves. There will be attempts to find them new jobs within Riot, within the corporate structure, so they're not leaving the company, just leaving the 2xKO project. And if that can't work, they'll get a very sizable severance pay. Which let me tell you, from personal experience, that's better than I ever got. The whole reason this channel is a thing is because the company bought the company I used to work for and fired all of us. And that's when my fun arc of this channel has to succeed or I go homeless began. And funnily enough, it worked. So hey, thank you all for watching, like, and subscribe. So, not to defend Riot or nothing, but like, they're given a safety net that you would not get almost anywhere else. But now, so why is this happening? Well, they're not giving us numbers, they're not giving us metrics, but it's very clear, or this would not be happening, that 2XKO is not achieving the numbers they wished for internally. Now, again, this doesn't mean the game's dying, it does not mean the game's going away, but it does mean that it just wasn't popping off in a way that they hoped. Now, of course, if you want to be kind of real about it, like, how could it, right? Like, this game, to put it nicely, has been in development hell for a long time. Like, the fact that it only technically launched just, like a month ago or whatever, when it's been out for a long time and been known about for years and years and years, like, there's been some issues. I think the game's very fun. Like, I think there's some balance issues, Yasuo and Echo, right? But I still think the game's fun, but the game definitely has some perception problems. And to be real, Riot works on a larger scale than other FGC companies. Like, we are not privy to their numbers, and their numbers could be a smash hit by regular fighting game standards, but by Riot standards is the importance. Riot deals in a much bigger amount of numbers than fighting games tend to deal in. And even if by anyone else's metrics that 2XKO is a smash hit, if it's not a smash hit by Riot standards, that's the only thing that matters. So the project keeps going forward. Nothing will change necessarily, like, gameplay content wise, but with a much smaller team, so the costs don't overwhelm the project. Again, it's a cruel arithmetic that doesn't necessarily take the human part of it into account, but that's business. Do we have any Runeterra fans in the building? I used to play Runeterra religiously. Same thing sort of happened there. This is kind of how it goes at Riot. If the numbers aren't big enough, no matter how the quality may be, then people start getting the axe. Like, I'm very fearful for the MMO, to be real, because, like, if the MMO is not a banger out of the gate competing with World of Warcraft or whatever, I can imagine half the team will go bye-bye in a blink of an eye. As much as I look forward to that game, like, that's going to be the reality. But it just sucks because, like, again, the 1.0 release version of the game just happened, and I think it quelled even a lot of doubters at Frosty Faustings. We had an amazing tournament, very hyped, very exciting. It was a great showcase of what the game is and what the game can be. And here we are now, like, a week removed from it, and then, oh, we're laying off a giant chunk of the team. That's not good optics now, is it? Now, I mentioned Riot did reach out to me separately from the public statement they put out, so just to hammer home a couple points, at least from the Riot point of view. Nothing that they have committed to is going away. So yes, 2XKO will move forward with a smaller team, but they will continue to develop the game, they will continue to improve the game, make patches for the game, add content for the game, release skins, release characters or champions for the game, and content. So no, 2XKO is not shutting down or anything like that. It will continue to go forward, just with a smaller team attached. It's mentioned in the statement, but everything about the competitive aspect is unchanged. So for tournaments, esports, all that kind of stuff that's attached with Riot, all that will remain the same. All that goes forward, no changes. So again, the game is going forward, just smaller team. And another thing is they very much appreciate the bad optics of the situation, that people are going to be confused and angry. So this is not the last statement on the matter. There will be more public statements to be had. Sometime next week, they didn't give me an exact day, but sometime next week, they're going to go into the specifics. They're going to go into the nitty gritty about the focuses of 2XKO moving forward into the future. Keep in mind, this call comes from, like, the very highest of high ups. So even a lot of people in somewhat of a management position are a little confused right now. They'll need a little bit of time to figure out what's going on. I expect their socials to be probably like radio silent for a little bit. But the project moves forward, the game will move on, nothing's ending. And sometime next week, we're going to kind of have like a deep dive in just everything that the future will hold for the game. So that's the news aspect of it right now. Is this ideal? No, of course not. This sucks. This is a bummer. Even if 2XKO wasn't for you, even if you didn't personally back the game or it wasn't your cup of tea, whatever, like, nobody wanted this. But to be real, this is a business in the end. And sometimes business decisions get made. But that's the news for the moment. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more to be said on this, just even from the community itself. And of course, we have their statement that'll come next week. So stay tuned on the channel. We'll cover the news as it happens. But, well, for now, that's it for me. And that is it for the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well. And go out and play some fighting games.